Welcome to QA Automation Hub. In today's video, let's see what is an encapsulation in Java and why we have to use the getters and setters method. Firstly, encapsulation it used to hide the sensitive data from other programmers or hackers. Okay, if you want to assign a sensitive data, then you have to use a private variable, that is private access modifier. You have to set it to a variable and you can assign that value to that variable. Okay, and it used to bind the data with help of the method. So if you want to give any read or write access to fetch that value or to see that value, then you have to create a getters and setters method in your code. Okay, to achieve this, declare a class variable. As I said, you need to declare a variable with private access modifier, and you need to create a public getters and setters method so that they can set the value, and if needed they can get the value. Okay, so here you can see the get method returns the variable value. Okay, that method is used to return the value of that variable, and setters method it allows you to set the value to that variable. So here you can see a quick example. This is the class bank, and this is the account number is here with string uh, type. Okay, and we have set it with private access modifier. So this account number cannot be viewed by other programmers, or in other classes you will not be able to access this variable account number. So for that, you can leave it like that, or you can create a getters method. This is the read access. Okay, so using this you can see this is the syntax. Okay, public, and what is the return type? String, and you have to give the method name, and you are returning this account number. Okay, so with this method they can get the value of this account number. Okay, from other classes. If you want to set the value, if you want to allow the users to set the value, then you have to create a setters method. That is like public, it should be a void method, and you have to give the method name here. And here you can see string account number. Okay, so we are passing this value as a parameter, and we are assigning this local variable to a instance variable using this keyword. So when other programmers access this set method, they have to set the value in this parameter, and that will get set to this private variable. Okay, so this is how you will use the getters and setters method in Java. And now we will have a quick example in our programming. Now let us create a class called registration here, and we will choose the public static void main. So we have created a class now, and now we will create some variables that are relevant to this registration page. Say for example email ID, which you see in the registration page, and password is another variable that we are creating here. In string gender, int age, string country. So these are some 5 fields we have created for this registration class. We will set the scope for these variables now. Say for example email ID, we will set it as private, and we will give the read only access to other programmers. Okay, so from the other classes they can only get the value of this email ID, and they will not be able to update the value for this email ID variable. So we have to create only the getter method here. And for password, this is also private and no read write access. Okay, they will not be able to see this value at all from other classes. And for gender, it's private, and we will give read write access. So here we need to create getter and setter method to change the value and to get the value using the getter method. And similar to gender, we will give read write access for this variable age as well. And country, we will keep it as public, so from anywhere it can be accessed. And now using a no arg constructor, we will assign some values to these variables. Okay, so how you create a no arg constructor? Just give the class name, and you have to assign values to this instance variable directly. Automation hub at gmail.com. So since it is a string variable, I am assigning a string value. And for password, that is also a string, and we will give something like welcome on to, sorry, welcome on to. Yeah, I have assigned the values for other variables, gender, age, and country also as well. And since country is integer, I have given an integer value, and here these two are strings, so I have passed the string value. So now we'll try to access these values from another class called profile page. Okay, So I'm creating another class now, profile page. Let's check this. And for accessing we need to create an object for registration, right? So let's create an object here, profile or obj equal to some object name I'm giving, assigning a new memory allocation. And let's create one method here, public void profile update. And using this object, if you try to access those this object is created for registration class, right? Okay, so you can see now you are able to access everything: age, country, email ID, gender, password, everything, right? Since we have to set it as private, let's make it as private now. Okay, so this four fields, we told that the scope will be private, and here we will keep it as public. Okay, so we have changed it now. So let's try to access now. See, you are able to see only the country. So since it is a public variable, you can able to see that here from other classes. Other things are restricted. So this is called an encapsulation. And now, as we have to set read-only access for this email ID, what we'll do, let's create a getter method. Okay, so how you create a getter method? It's very simple in Java. That too in Eclipse. Just go to source and generate getters and setters. Here you can see the variables for this class will be available here, and you need to choose either we have to give getter or setter. So for email ID, we told only read only access. So just select on this get email ID and click on generate. Okay, so here it is created, and let's make it as getter for email ID. Let's put a command here. So see here, this is how it will create. Okay, so the access modifier will be public, and the string type. What is the variable string type? It's string, right? So it will be the return type will be string, and this method name will be created by the Java itself. Get email ID. It will start with get and with the variable name. And here you can see it is returning the instance variable here. So this is how the getter method will get created for a variable. So now you will be able to access this email ID value from this profile page. So let's try that one. Let's print it as display the email ID and profile. And how did you access that one? Using the object, have to call the method that you have created now, get us method, get email ID. Okay, so let's try to execute this program now. For that you need to create an object here, since it is a non-static method. So let me create an object quickly. Obj equal to, okay, now let's call this profile update method here. All right, so I'm running this program now. Okay, see here, it, it can able to access the value of the email ID here. So from where it is coming? From registration class. But if when you keep it as private, you will not be able to access. Since you want to give the read only access, you are creating a getter method alone for email ID. And for password, you don't, it is no read write access, right? So you should not be able to see this password at all. So that we have seen already. So don't create getters and setters then for this password variable. Okay, for gender and age, it's read write access, right? So you need to create getters and setters for gender and age, or we will create the same way. Just go here, source, and generate getters and setters, and here age and gender you need to create, right? So you can see here both are selected now, get and set method, and click on generate, and here you can see it got created. So just mention like getter and setter for gender variable, right? And here you can see it got created for age, getter and setter for age. Okay, and you can see here the similar way it got created, getter method, the return type is string for gender, and it is returning the instance variable. And here for setter method, see how it is getting created. It will be a void method with public access modifier, and the local variable that we are passing as a parameter gender. So here only you have to give the value and you have to set it. Okay, so that will get set to the instance variable, that is available here as private. Got it? The similar way. So here age is an integer, so the return type is integer, and we are returning the age in the getters method. So this is the getters method for age. And here setters method, it's similar, public void, and this methods names are created by Java itself. Okay, so that will create for you. And here we are passing the value as parameter, and the value that is passed inside the set method will get assigned to this private instance variable. Okay, so now let us try to assign some values here itself. So let's try calling this obj dot. We have to call the set method set gender. So there it is male, right? So we'll keep it as female. All right. So now another profile obj dot set age, right? Set age. Let's keep it as 34 or something. Okay. And now we will try to print this values here. So updated value for gender in profile. Now how you need to call it? Object dot, you have to call the getter method. You have set the method value here using the setters method. Okay, so now you have to get the value, so use the getter method for that, get gender. Okay, so similarly for age you need to do the same thing. So you have set the value as 34 here, and you need to pass it. You have to access the get method. Okay, let's print this now. I'm running this program here, and here you can see it took the automation hub from the, all right, it took the automation hub from the constructor. Okay, so we haven't changed the value for this email id, since we were given only read only access, only we are setting the getter method. Okay, for email id. And for gender and age, here it is male and 31, but using the setters method in the profile page, we have set it as female and 34, and we are getting this value. So what will happen now, this setters method will call here. Okay, it will go here, this female will get updated here, and this is the value that we have updated as female, and it will get set to this instance variable, to this gender. Okay, and we are calling the getter method again. Okay, so here we are calling the getter method, right? Object dot get gender. So now it will come here, get gender, so the value has been updated as female, so it will return the female value as female. Okay, so similar thing will happen for this age as well. So 34 it will get set here, and it will get assigned to this instance variable age, and we are calling the get method now for get age here, and it will return the updated value properly. Okay, so this is how the getters and setters method works. And now for country we can update it as some value. This is the public, right? So just you can go here, let's close this console, and you can directly update it. So that is public method, a public variable, right? So you can put this object here, sorry, you can put this object country equal to some Australia or something. So this you can do it, and let us print the updated value for country here. Country, and this does not require a getters method, so you can directly call the country variable itself here. Now let's print this one. See, it got updated here, right? All right. Why it is printing twice? I think okay, this is not required. Okay, that's fine. And let's go to the registration now. So there are some key points here I have mentioned. You can hide the variables by not setting it to access from other class, correct? So we are hiding this password, right? So it cannot be accessed from other class because we haven't set any getters or setters for this password. Okay, And the second one is, let's let the user use the given objects, these variables, based on some condition. So how you will do this? Just go to this setters method, this gender, right? Let's put a condition here like if gender dot equal ignore case is male, okay, or gender dot equal ignore case is female, okay. So we have given this condition here, and we will put this set line inside this condition, okay. So if the gender is equal to male or female, only then it will get set. If you are giving some different values during your set condition here, when you are giving some other value here other than female, then it will not get set and we will throw an error there, okay. We will put like else updated gender value is not as per condition, something like that we'll put it, okay. And similar to this one, I'm going to set create another condition here. If sorry, if age is greater than or equal to 18, okay, then allow the other users to set the age from other classes, okay. And else will print the same thing, some error kind of thing, okay. And updated age value is not as per condition. So let us go here now, and we have already changed some value other than male or female, right? And here we will give it is greater than or equal to 18, right? So we have to give some less than 18. So I'm giving it as 15 now. Let's run this program here. So here you can see the updated gender value is not as per condition, okay. So it comes here, the updated gender value is not, because this one it will go to the set gender, right? So it goes here. First, it will go to the condition and it will check whether it is male or female. Some other value we have given here. And so it will not go inside this and it will not set, and it is throwing an error for gender set. And for age, it is similar. Okay. So it is less than or equal to, sorry, greater than or equal to 18, but we have set it as 15. So it is less. And this condition fails. And it is coming and throwing an error in the else condition. And for the email ID, it is only getter. So it is coming from here, automation hub, and you can see it takes from the constructor only, okay. So whatever the value we have given here, it is not displaying now in gender and age. So this is the point which we have mentioned here in the registration. We can control, okay, by giving some condition in the set method and make easy for debugging. What is that? It makes easy to debug for the developers. So it's nothing but like you can go here and put some logs. So here we'll put some print statement like email ID is fetched, okay, from other class. Some kind of logs you can mention inside the getter and setter, okay. And here we'll put it as gender is changed. What we can put, gender is changed as plus gender, okay. And the same thing we will put it for age as well. Here we'll put it as age is changed as, and we'll pass the value which we are passing into the parameter, okay. So now let's run this one. We will give a proper value here. We will give it as female again, and we will give it here as 29 or something. So this condition gets passed, right? So it should get updated, and I will get this value which we are sending from here. And now I have run this program. See, the logs has been displayed here. Gender is changed as female, age is changed as 29, and email ID is fetched from other class. So what are the logs which we have mentioned in the registration? It's coming here. So it will be easy for the developers to debug the code if someone is changing the variables values, and if they are changing the values based on the condition itself, you can able to debug it easily from other classes, okay. And here you can see the female got changed, 29 got changed. Why? because the condition which we have given in the setter is true. So it is under this condition, female is available and 29 is greater than 18. So this value has been changed now. Okay. So this is the third point which I mentioned here. And don't give complete access to the variables. You can provide, so that we have already seen. So email ID just we want to display there. So we are only giving read access by giving the set getters method, and password we have restricted, no getters and setters method we have created for it. Gender and age, so we are allowing them to change the value, so that we have provided getters and setters method for gender and age, that too based on condition also we have given. And for country, it is a public variable, and that you can change it by using the object itself. Okay. And here the fifth point, last point, it improves the maintainability and more flexible and easy to change with new requirements. Okay. Since we are having getting some new requirements also, if it is some 21 or something, you can go and change it easily, and the access will be at one place. Okay. So anyone can't come and change the code in your class files, so you can have the control for your class files that you are creating. Okay. So this is called as an encapsulation in Java, and this is how you should write the scope of that variables when you are writing your program. So the last point which I want to discuss with you guys is, we are now changing the value using the setters method, right? So we have another option that we can use the parameterized constructor to set the value, and we can use the getters method to get the value. Okay. So anyway, if you are setting the value, this value is getting set to this instance variable here, and we are using the getters method that is returning that value set instance variable, correct? So that we will now try it with a parameterized constructor. Okay. So this, anyway, we are not going to set for email ID and password, so let's keep it as inside here, no constructor itself, and we'll create a parameterized constructor here. How you will create it? Just we need to pass the parameter. So let's give the same name itself. Okay. If you give the same name, you have to use the this keyword. Sorry, it is integer, int age, and string country. Okay. And let's use the this keyword now. Let's call the instance variable and assign it to the parameter local variable. And this dot age equal to age. The last one is this dot country equal to country. So we have set a parameterized constructor now, and here we will go and create another object for the new constructor that we have created now. Let's call it as param object or something, and here we need to pass the value. So we will pass it as some we will pass it as main, or we will pass some other value here. Okay. Because it is not going to go to the set method. Okay. So if you pass any other value also, it will update. And now let's keep the age as 36. We can give it as 12. Okay. And now this is going to be USA something, and this getters method you have to call using this object, this parameterized constructor, right? That object you have to use to call the getters method. So I'm changing this get gender getters method, I'm calling using this new object. Even get age I'm using this new object, and country I'm using the new object. Get email ID I'm using the old one because I'm not changing the value. So this no or constructor only holds the email ID value, correct? Automation hub at gmail.com. So now let's run this program, profile page. And here you can see this will go to, anyway we have called the set method here, right? So it is going to these methods and it is printing this. So leave about this. You can see here display the email ID in profile. So since we are using the old object, no or constructor object, it is going here and it is taking the value from the email ID. Okay. And here we have passed the constructor value, right? For the gender, for the age, and for country. So you are calling this getters method using this object, parameterized constructor object. So now you can see it got updated 12 USA. See? So nothing will happen. This value will get set to this instance variable. Okay. To all this instance variable using the parameterized constructor. And when you call this getters method, it's just going to return the value using the variable, instance variable. Okay. So that's what happening here. So you can use either setters method or parameterized constructor for setting the value for a private or public variable. Okay, that's how we can do it. Okay, and this is mainly used when you are creating some library or something, because that time they will be broadcasting some methods and variables to you, and a few things will be privately accessed, and that they will not allow you to access from their jar files. Okay, so for example, in Java util also you have the string, right? So let's open the declaration for string class, and if you come here you can see few things are privately assigned, right? So this serial version ID, can we try to verify that in a method or something? See, it will display all the methods that uh, they want you to access. Okay, so these methods they want you to access, so they have displayed here, and these variables and all you cannot see here. Okay, so that they will set it as private. So that's how we have done now also. So in your framework also, if you want to assign some scope to few variables, then you can use this kind of methods, that is called as an encapsulation as well. And I hope you understand the concept. Thanks for watching this video.